Hello and welcome. Today I'm joined by my guest Bradley from SMS Speedway. Bradley, how are you doing?
Hey David, how are you going? Very good to see you.
It's always nice to communicate with you, Bradley. That's all we end up talking about, communications and how to make them easier for estate agents. And we talk about, or we dream about, omni-channel communication. You guys have a solution, right?
We do. It's called Reach Me, and it's capable of automatically talking across whatever preferred communication device or platform your customer wants. So as a business, you are just going about your normal use of your CRM, or if you're using our website or you're integrated with us, you just go about your business as usual. There's nothing that you have to do. Our system will automatically talk to your customer on the channel that they want. So if they're using SMS, we'll talk SMS. If they're using WhatsApp, we'll talk WhatsApp. It's got a wide range of channels, but to keep things simple, let's just keep it to SMS and WhatsApp today.
So I take this really sort of takes care of two major pain points. One is you have to monitor all your communications inputs at all times. So you're constantly scanning your emails, your Facebook messages, your WhatsApp messages, your SMS. And so really communicating with people in the way that they want to be communicated. It sounds great, but if you did it on your own without any automation or anything running in the background, it's a full-time job.
It's a nightmare, yes. You've got all of these things that you're tied up looking at, exactly as you say. And most importantly, it's that element you just said, it's that time away. Do you want your people to be selling houses, getting tenants on board, dealing with issues, getting more stock through the door? Or do you want people just sitting on various forms of communication and maybe, just maybe, getting distracted by pictures of a cat? So, it's we keep it simple. It comes into the CRM for you. Your staff, your agents, the people who are dealing with the people, focus on the communication side, actually what they are saying, answering queries, driving the business forward, and our system in the background takes care of scanning all of those channels and funneling them through, and it just comes into the CRM as you would expect, or if they prefer it into email, and coming very soon, they will be able to have it in their pocket as well on the platform that they want to use. So if they use Signal, if they use WhatsApp, it'll arrive in their pockets as well. So it keeps us nice and simple, and they can just focus on talking to the customers, which is what you want.
So I know you've got a quick little demo video that we're going to take a look at, but before we do that, let's talk about who this is for. Is this for all agents, big and small? Do you need to be on a specific platform or CRM to make this work? How does it integrate?
Everyone's welcome. It works with the CRMs that we're integrated with, so most of the market, it's fair to say. And if you don't have a CRM, or if you have a bespoke in-house system, it's very simple to integrate with. Quite a few people, a surprising number of people, actually use our website in association with either a CRM or, in a few cases, instead of. So it works through our website as well. We even have some very adventurous customers who use us through things like Monday.com and some of these non-CRM adaptations, of CRMs.
Yeah.
And it works out the box straight with everything. So if you're using us already, you need to do absolutely nothing. It's plug-in compatible. You just need to tell us you want to extend the landscape of your communication. You want to go further than whatever it is you might be with us now. Most people are with us for SMS, the clue's in the name. A few people are pure play on something else, but just tell us you want to enable these extra channels and we can do it for you.
But this really differs, doesn't it, from normal SMS communication? And the reason for that is that there's a reason why we want to make people feel comfortable communicating through different methods that they prefer, because there is a huge demographic difference between who uses what. So typically, let's use my dad as an example. So my dad's in his 60s. And he's the kind of guy that will send me a text to let me know he sent me a WhatsApp and that I should check it, you know? So it's that generation. They're not quite sure how it all works and what the difference is between the two. And yet day-to-day communication with my sisters who might be the same age as me, we're quite happy on WhatsApp very easily. You talk to kids, they're all about TikTok. They're all about, there are new channels opening up every day. But we really do find that different demographics like to communicate differently, don't they?
They do. And just to pick up on your point of the new channels that are coming and going, it's a very actively contested marketplace. By the time this recording is edited and produced to the adoring fans of millions of David Mintz, fan club, there might be an entire new contender that we haven't even heard of already up and coming. Now, as an individual business, there's a high cost to trying to keep up with all of that and train your staff up and everything else, which is what we're helping. We do that integration. We make sure it looks great on the handsets, whatever it is you're sending, if it's a picture, if it's a sticker, if it's a plain text message, if it's a voice note. A growing section of communication at the moment isn't even text anymore. A lot of people, my own children actually, record voice notes and send it almost back to the days when I was a lad. I would have a little walkie-talkie and I was James Bond, and my other James Bond friend down the road also, the walkie-talkie, and it was that push to talk, and you could, do you hear me, David, Roger, and then it's over to you, and then you'll talk back. Well, we've taken 30 years to jump 30 years back in that technology where we're all back to audio, but with a twist.
And it all comes down to convenience, isn't it? Really, it's what people find convenient. So those people that send a voice note will do it because it's more convenient typing for them. And yet some people, they want minimal interaction. They'll go for typing a straight message. It's great to be able to offer both. I'm going to ask you a really boring question now, but I know it's really important. Okay, GDPR compliancy. All of those things that keep us awake at night. We know that communications come with the obvious tag on them that we need to make sure that we're handling data and not abusing that data. How do you cover this?
Well, I'm really glad that you brought that up because, for example, let's just take WhatsApp, okay? And then I'll give the general view. So WhatsApp actually comes in 3 different flavors. Not many people know that. There's the personal WhatsApp that you and I use all the time. Then there's the business WhatsApp that runs on the app. So that's the one that Meta have rolled out globally that so many people are using. And there's some very clever ways of browser-based communication. But essentially, it's personal WhatsApp that's allowed to be used for business, and it runs through an app on your phone. And it's tied to an individual person. We call that WhatsApp Business Lite. And then there's the WhatsApp Business Enterprise, which is the only one that SMS Speedway will do because of its GDPR compliance and end-to-end encryption. If we have a look at the other two, if we have a look at personal and the app, so anything that works through the app on the phone as a sender as a business point of view, there's a phase where your encryption, Meta correctly say it's encrypted end to end, but there's a little bit in between where it gets decrypted and it sits on the Meta servers in the USA that's in a decrypted form that allows them to provide those services because they are adding things like groups. How many people are in this group? Where do I need to? And of course, someone has to pay for the messages, so they want to put in advertising and those sort of things. So that's all fine. You've signed up to it. But as a business, that's not GDPR compliant because it's unencrypted data that's used for a purpose other than what people have given it, sitting in the USA, which doesn't comply to GDPR rules. Whereas the WhatsApp Enterprise, the one that we provide, we do all the work, and Meta, we pay Meta for that traffic for those messages to go. So Meta are getting their money. So they don't decrypt anything in the US. It's pure end-to-end encryption. All of the bits that require the management actually take place within SMS Speedway servers, which are under the remit, the legal remit of GDPR and everything. So in terms of ticking the GDPR boxes on the WhatsApp platform, this is the way to do it and remain GDPR compliant. And we apply that principle through all of our channels. So whatever we do, we make sure that any parts that need to be GDPR compliant remain within the UK and the EU and don't leave the shores unencrypted.
So could we talk about, just to sort of flesh this out for people, because I know you've given a very sort of technical answer, which some people are going to love. Some people need to be, wake up guys, now this is how you use it, right? If I'm dealing with Karen Smith comes to see number 1 Oak Close with me. She's booked in for a viewing. I've got all of her details because we've captured that when we booked the appointment in for Karen.
Yeah.
I've got another property that comes up at number 3 Oak Close. Can I then legitimately text her or WhatsApp her and say, hey, Karen, this has come on the market. Would you like to come and have a look at it?
If she's given you her personal contact details for the purposes of finding a property, yes, you can. The bit that's not compliant is if you're doing it through your personal WhatsApp as a business, because that's going to sit unencrypted in the US, where Meta will use it for advertising purposes or maybe for selling on in aggregated data to another format or something. It's entirely at their discretion how they use that information. But Karen didn't give you her information for those purposes. She gave it to you as an estate agent to help her find a property.
Yeah.
So that bit of it isn't GDPR compliant unless you make it impossible for someone else to read that information and it's end-to-end encrypted. So that's the difference that we offer, is that guarantee that it's not being decrypted anyway. And therefore, if Karen is looking at a particular property and another one comes up, you're perfectly entitled to message her and just say, hey, there's this other property that's come up, because she gave you information.
Now the Karen example was the ABCs, the very basics of estate agency, but there are so many more applications for this type of messaging, as long as you've set the premise for that relationship. So for argument's sake, it could be a management department communicating with a tenant. You may be communicating with a landlord. It could be for repairs. It could be for maintenance. There's so many practical applications of quick messaging. And very often they come without all the anxiety of sending an email and then having to look to see if it has been read, because you've got that kind of back and forth going. And it flows really, doesn't it?
It does. And just to pick up on what you're saying there, David, if you haven't opted this client in, okay, SMS Speedway have a solution for you. So for example, I'm going to stick with WhatsApp if that's okay. When you invite someone in to WhatsApp, and we can automatically invite someone to WhatsApp through a text message if required, for example, then the first thing we do is to get them to opt into communication on that channel for you. So we will automatically handle that part of it for you. Having said that, as a business, as an agency, you are what's technically called the data controller. So you should be making it clear to your customers that their personal information, their mobile phone number, their WhatsApp communication, their SMS communication, Signal, Telegram, whatever it is, email addresses, will be used for marketing properties to them, if that's the service they're looking for, chasing rent arrears, you know, if they're tenants, and all of these other things. So for transactional as well as marketing, and you really should make that clear. But if you don't, we've got the automated tools to help you do that and achieve that.
That's awesome, and I know there are so many agents already benefiting from your service. There's so much that you guys power behind the scenes, because you've been working on integrations for years with CRM systems, and a lot of them use you as the go-to source for what used to be, back in the old days, SMS communication, but now as we say, has opened right up. Can we have a look at it in action?
Yeah, sure. This is a little video demonstration that we've pulled together, and it shows one of the CRMs using WhatsApp and the interaction with the handset.
Fantastic.
When using WhatsApp and Repeat, SMS Speedway ensures a completely integrated service. This means that clients can message you directly on WhatsApp, as shown. Your agent will see all messages arrive directly into the activity feed on the right-hand side of the screen. Then, as you would with a regular text message, your agent can simply click Send SMS Message on the left-hand side of the screen. Type out your reply and this will arrive via WhatsApp to the client. As you can see, because the client has opted into receiving messages via WhatsApp, any replies or messages you send will be sent via WhatsApp securely. The conversation will then be logged in the activity feed for future reference. When making an appointment, your agent can use the Repeat diary to schedule the appointment, and a sticker to confirm the booking will be automatically sent to the client via WhatsApp. There is no need to open a web app or manually send confirmations. This is all done in Repeat alongside your usual customer engagement.
All right, that's fantastic. So the age-old question, what everybody wants to know, how much does this cost to agents? And the other question, how quickly could they be up and running and using it? What's the sort of lead time on these things?
Okay, so the good news is that you can have the fast, quick, simple solution, our standard solution, which is pretty much out the box. You just have to phone us up, tell us you want it, and we can set you up using your existing configuration. If you're on our what we call our free reply back service for text message, we've got the equivalent that's 100% compatible on the WhatsApp and other streams if you want it. There is a setup fee of £150 per branch, a once-off payment for that, which of course Kerfuffle has arranged a discount with, and the lead times are pretty much instant. We can get you up and running. If you want a branded version, so if you wanted your inbox branded, and contact us to find out details around this, there is a lead time on the WhatsApp part. There's no lead time on anything else, but there's a lead time on the WhatsApp part because Meta have a massive queue of people trying to get this branding of between 4 to 6 weeks. We can get you going on the standard service and upgrade to branding when it becomes available if you wanted to get going faster. But for that branding to be approved, and then there's some fees around there. Depending on the size of the agency, we would have to quote you on that because it doesn't affect how many lines you want.
Okay, all right, that seems pretty straightforward. And so I totally get as an agent how this should be integrated and how I could use it, integrate it into my teams to make their life easier. But would you mind summarizing the three sort of main USPs so that if people only watch the end bit of this interview, I want them to know what it's all about?
Okay, so first of all, there's nothing to train, no changes on your side. You just keep using your CRM. It works in the CRM. You keep using your CRM exactly as you do today. There's nothing more to add on your part. So it's plug-in compatible with your communications today. Secondly, it automatically communicates with your customer on their choice of communication. So SMS, WhatsApp, audio, email, Viber, Twitter direct messaging, whatever they are communicating with you on as their choice, it will automatically communicate on a person-by-person basis. There's a wide range of people. There's a wide range of tools available. It would go individually according to that person's choice. And thirdly, it's capable of taking all this beautiful, rich content. If people want to do voice messages to you and to and from, you can do it. If you want to send videos, you can do it. If they're sending pictures up, you can do it. It's much wider than just actual written text. And I'll add a bonus one in. It works seamlessly. It works seamlessly with our AI systems as well. So even the voice, if they're communicating by voice, our AI systems will communicate back. So that's your intelligent conversation, your lead processing, all of these good things that clients love. It just works seamlessly with that as well.
I'm going to add a fifth one in, because you know what, I can. It also SMS Speedway have solutions that can help you tackle the GDPR compliance side of things, and make sure that you can communicate with people without hesitating and without worrying whether you've left yourself wide open. Bradley, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, and it's lovely to see how your products and services have expanded and are becoming more comprehensive across every platform, and it's great work that you're doing, so thank you.
Thanks, David. It's always good to talk to you. Looking forward to the next time.
Thank you.